Quoting, paraphrasing, and summarising. Let us now look at quoting, paraphrasing, and summarising. There are some of the academic writing techniques that you will commonly use. They all allow you to demonstrate that you have studied and considered existing body of work. They also enable you as a writer to incorporate ideas of others into your work. You will use all these three techniques in academic writing, but you should note that these three techniques mean different things. They are applied in different circumstances for different reasons, and they are applied differently. Let us go through each one of these techniques and see when to apply them and how to apply them. Direct quotation refers to using the exact words that were used by original authors. Remember that quoting text should be enclosed in quotation marks, and it should always include in-text citation following the faculty-prescribed referencing style. We have mentioned earlier that the exact words of the original author must be used sparingly and reserved for cases where the meaning of the original text may be lost if paraphrased, or the original words need to be retained to preserve technical accuracy, or the language that was used by the author is vividly expressive, or the original words adds weight or emphasis to your arguments. If these are not your reasons for using direct quotations and you can't find any other compelling reasons for using the exact words of the original author, then I will advise you to rather paraphrase a text. Indirect quotation refers to citing someone else's work using your own words. This is achieved through paraphrasing and summarizing text as explained next. Summarizing refers to presenting in your own words the key ideas or main arguments presented by another author. Usually, summaries are significantly shorter in length than the original text, and they are used to provide an overview of the text in a neutral way. Summaries only present the main arguments or key ideas of the original author, and they must provide an accurate and comprehensive account of ideas contained in the sources. Summaries should always include in-text citation following the faculty-prescribed referencing style. Paraphrasing refers to expressing the meaning of a written or spoken text in different words, especially to achieve greater clarity. This means that you should read and understand the original source text and then rewrite what they have said using your own words. The meaning of your rewritten text should have the same meaning as the original text. Note that paraphrasing allows you to simply add or clarify the original text, but always ensure that you provide an accurate and a comprehensive account of the ideas taken from a source. Here are 8 common pitfalls of paraphrasing. Since paraphrasing means restarting what someone else has said but doing it in your own words, it is common that some will fall in a trap of misinterpreting the original text or adding their own opinion. Think about it like this. Your opinion cannot be attributed to someone else's, and if the meaning of the text has changed, then it is wrong to attribute it to a particular source that is not what they said or meant. The other pitfalls are including too many details or leaving out important information. You always need to strike a balance. Substituting inappropriate synonyms may also change the meaning of the original text. Remember, we mentioned that paraphrasing allows you to simply clarify what the source said. However, while doing so, make sure that you clarify and not expand or narrow the meaning of the original text. Summarizing rather than paraphrasing is another pitfall. Lastly, remember that using your own words does not make the idea new or original. Therefore, you do not need to forget to cite or acknowledge original authors, and do so following your faculty's specific referencing style. Take note of these pitfalls as you will do more often paraphrase and summarize or do quotations. Below are some paraphrasing techniques that you should consider using. The first one is making use of synonyms. Whenever you do this, use the words from your own vocabulary. However, ensure that the meaning of the original text is not changed. You may also paraphrase text by changing sentence structure, and you can do this by changing the order of the ideas, making long sentences shorter, and pinpointing key ideas. Clarify abstract concepts, making them easier to understand and also achieve the purpose of paraphrasing, but ensure that at all times the meaning of the original text is retained. Do you remember straight plagiarism, where the offender made use of synonyms and changed the sentence structure? Okay, it turns out that the main offense was the failure to acknowledge the source of ideas without citations. The use of synonyms and changing sentence structure appears as though one appropriates the idea from others. Paraphrasing is perfectly fine as long as it is done appropriately and the source of the ideas is referenced. Here are the reasons why you should use quoting, paraphrasing, and summarizing techniques. Quoting, paraphrasing, and summarizing may provide support for claims and add credibility to your writings. These techniques also allows you to demonstrate that you have considered extensively, read the existing body of work leading to your study. Citing the work of others may offer an opportunity to show you the different views offered by various authors on the subject. And sometimes you could also use the techniques to call attention to the particular position that you wish to align yourself to argue against. As I said, with quoting as an example, you could use this technique to highlight a particularly striking phrase or sentence, or you may want to use the direct quotations to distance yourself by telling the audience that the words are not your own. Look at the checklist below. It should be used to evaluate if you have paraphrased correctly. Firstly, compare text and the original one to be sure that there is no striking resemblance. Then check and ensure that the original meaning is retained, and then make sure that the paraphrase text is accurate and provides a comprehensive account of ideas that is the key ideas for important details that are not left out of knowledge or the original author, and read your paraphrase text to ensure that the word choices and usage is appropriate.